Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the Sbtv Nation.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Sunday morning, week 9 NFL. It is the 5th of November. We're a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving, believe it or not. The year is flying by. I hope you're having a great 2017. I know I am, and I'm very happy to say that I got my man, Mr. Scott Weaver, Weave 808, making a special guest appearance. Good morning to you, brother. How you doing?
What's up, Mad Hatter? How you doing, my man?
Feeling awesome today, dude. Feeling awesome. My kid turned 16 a couple of weeks ago. We actually did a huge party for him last night. Not cheap, considering the fact that I bought everybody's alcohol. There was like 30 people there. But you know what? Hey, it was what it is. And, my kid, God bless him, 16 years old. Now I got to get him a car.
Bro, I remember when I first started on these podcasts with you, man. That kid was like young, man. Where's the time go, bro?
It flies, man. Flies. 2014 is when we started this thing, and he was a teenager then, just getting into it. Now he's 16, and he's on the football field and doing his thing. And as soon as football's over, is when I'm going to teach him how to drive, man.
Man, it's so much different than when we were growing up, man. Kids, there was a couple kids this week, man, had a wreck in a car, man, and it's tough nowadays on the vehicles with young kids, man.
Sure is. So how you doing, man? What have you been up to? How's the fam? How's things?
Man, I'm doing good, man. The oldest kid just started middle school this year, so getting adjusted to that. Still doing the travel baseball thing, and Avery Jean likes to clown dreams. She's in gymnastics, so man, it keeps me busy, man.
Fantastic. Well, that's good, man. Well, I'm happy that you made an appearance on our show. It's such short notice, dude. Thank you very much for doing that for us, as usual. And we're just looking forward to breaking down Week 9, man.
No doubt, man.
All right.
So let's get into the college football yesterday, man.
Yeah, let's have a conversation about that. So I saw The Ohio State University get murdered.
And what we usually call smoke show.
Right on.
Oh my God. It's hard to go into Iowa anytime, especially at night, man. But they got caught sleeping, man. That was a huge letdown game after they pulled off that miraculous fourth quarter win over Penn State, and Iowa had their number yesterday.
Oh, definitely. Well, what are your thoughts on Georgia being the number one team in the land right now?
Man, I've been arguing with these fools here in Atlanta for 3 weeks now, man. Georgia, they got a hell of a defense, man, and I'm not sold on the quarterback. They haven't asked him to do much. I think he's only throwing anywhere from 10 to 15 passes per game. But this week is going to be the sign. They go to Auburn against a defense better than anybody they played. If they come out of that with a win, I got to respect them a little bit more. But I'm still not high on Georgia, and I don't think they're better than Alabama, in my opinion. I know Alabama hadn't played anybody, but, they're Alabama.
Sure, right on. When I saw the committee swap them, 1 and 2, I was like, what? What the hell is this going on? But you know what? That definitely makes for a great playoff situation as far as the SEC is concerned. Moving down.
Oh, no doubt, man. It's going to be Georgia and Alabama, depending on the last couple of weeks. But that's going to be a hell of a game here in Atlanta. The playoffs are here in Atlanta, Rob. The championship game. So,
oh, for real?
Yeah, man, it's the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. If you haven't seen photos of that place, it is incredible.
Wow. Well, that should be exciting, man. You know what? I know the tickets are a big price for that game.
Oh my God, the SEC title game tickets are already online. You're talking $800 for the nosebleeds.
All right. Just so you guys know, Vegas Girl's asking me who is our guest today. This is Scott Weaver, Weave 808, blessing us with his knowledge today. So
no doubt.
Thank you very much. Any other games that you'd like to talk about in collegiate football?
Notre Dame, man. What a surprise they've been this year, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Wake Forest put up 37 on them yesterday, but, they're a surprise. They got the U next week. The U's back, right?
Oh, that's going to be a great game. That'll be awesome.
So they got the U. My boys about gave me a heart attack yesterday at NC State.
I'm surprised they won that game, dude. That's a tough place to play.
they were shredding my boys' defense like Swiss cheese, man. But like Dabo says, man, it's championship teams win championship games. So
right on.
Survive and advance at this point. So a lot of good games coming down the stretch, man.
Oh, sure.
What about Penn State losing in last-second kick yesterday?
Yeah, you know what? Listen, anytime you go on the road in college football, and guys, listen, we've been doing this a long time now, and we've seen it time and time again. College sports, college athletes, and we've got some really good positions coming up, obviously, with college basketball starting. Going on the road with all the distractions, with just academics and parties and girls and having to do all that, it's so difficult for 18 to 22-year-olds. It's hard.
That's why. Yeah, I'm not a Bama fan, but Nick Saban is a master at getting his team just to focus on the next game and let all that outside stuff kind of go away. Because I read today, Penn State hasn't won a game on the road against a ranked team since Franklin's been there.
Wow.
So, you almost got to call them front runners. They go out 7-0, they start playing on the road, and then they fade,
Wow, man. So, I mean, I know you got Clemson in the mix here, but as far as the top 4 teams in the country being Bama, Georgia, flip-flopped, and Notre Dame and Clemson, I mean, it does seem like they've been the most consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would put anybody else in there. Everybody talks about Oklahoma and how they beat Ohio State. Did you see that game yesterday? Me and you can play defensive back and get starting spots on any one of those teams.
That was like a flag football passing league, man. Crazy.
God, they scored 76 points in the first half.
I know, I saw that. Whoever had the over in that game, very, very nice job.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what was the total on that game? What did they set it at?
I think it was 73, if I'm not mistaken.
So they hit the over in the first half.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
You know what? I want to talk to the person that said that my 5-star play is the first half over. That's who I want to talk to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Whoever could show me a ticket for some pretty decent change on that. Love to see what you got to say, and hey, I'll put you on the show, man. If you had that play in your book, then you are definitely stellar. That's for sure. So, moving on here, dude. Let's you want to get right into the NFL? You got any more collegiate on your brain?
Nah, let's go into the NFL, man. It's gonna be a good week this week.
All right, sounds good. Well, you know what? I'm looking at it, and we're ready, guys, for the NFL. Before we do that, we do have our fantasy football contest that is up and live and ready for people to join. Sbtv Nation, stand up. We're bringing people in here. I'm looking at it right now. I have to actually import my lineup on this thing, but we've already got a couple of people that have joined. The thing is on our Twitter page right now, the link to click and join the contest. It's $10 to get in. Top 2 get paid, so make sure you join that and let the Mad Hatter take your money this week.
Hey, I ain't heard Dream say nothing about fantasy football. He must be in last place.
Well, that's because the Dream is accustomed to being, I think he averages like second to last. I think out of all the weeks he's done it, he's averaged either the bottom or the second to last, bro. So it hasn't been too fun for the Dream. That's why he has not joined. And I think it's real funny, man. So hey, you know
all
what?
I heard about 2 years ago was how he was the best.
Oh, sure, yeah, right. Well, him and Dizzle both claim to be the creme de la creme, but obviously it's not working out for him.
No doubt.
All right, it's time. NFL Week 9. We have no games in London going on right now. We have no morning games. We're strictly business at 1 o'clock. And we're going right to Nashville, Tennessee, 69 degrees and cloudy, no precipitation in the air. We got the Tennessee Titans, who are a 3.5-point favorite with an under over a 42 versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens have had 10 days off after the annihilation of the Miami Dolphins. You know what? I'm taking a look at this game. I just don't know if the Tennessee Titans have any business giving 3.5 points, dude. Talk to me. Do you think so?
Well, I started looking at this game earlier this morning, and have you seen the injury report for the Ravens?
I'm pulling it up right now. Let's take a look at the injuries for the Baltimore Ravens. Recent injuries.
It looks like the sheet the teachers get for opening day at school, man. They got over 20 people on the injury report this week.
So maybe that's reason for the point spread being 3.5. Because you would think that a healthy Ravens team would be somewhat of like a pick'em in this spot.
Yeah, they got Macklin upgraded to probable, which is good. But 2, 4, 6, 27 people on the injury report, man.
Oof. Brutal.
For this week. So injuries is key. Tennessee has nobody on the significant injury list. So I think that plays part of the line. Also, Flacco, after that hit he took, man. Did you see that hit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what's his status? Is he still banged up or what?
He's probable. I'm not sure if he's going to play today, to be honest with you. I know he's a competitor, so he'll try to go. But
there you go.
I look at this game. I don't think he can get 3.5. I think Tennessee is the play at -3. I think their running game's going to pick up this week. Pretty good home. It's a home favorite, 10-5 straight up last 3 years. I just think that Baltimore is just too banged up in this game.
So you don't think Ryan Mallett is going to be that good today for the Baltimore Ravens?
The Arkansas former quarterback who they barely beat Coastal Carolina yesterday, 39-38.
Yeah.
I can't count that one.
All right. Well, you know what? You do pose a good point here. What happens is, guys, we just look right at the lines when we get on the show here. Some of us have been looking at them all week, but when you're working 90 hours a week like your boy here, sometimes it's hard for me to get and take a look at the NFL stuff up until the last day. It's hard. I do look at the Thursday night stuff. I do watch Thursday night football front to back, which congratulations to the New York Jets as a home team underdog, blowing the doors off the Bills. I'm sorry, but I do not think the Bills are a great team. I don't.
Man, who would have thought that the Jets would have had a better record than the Giants this year?
Well, it's looking that way.
Yeah,
sure looking that way, man. So, all right, so we're gonna move on. So you're feeling the Tennessee Titans with playing a banged up Baltimore Ravens team.
Yeah, I like them giving a 3 today.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If you like that, I'm just gonna put this out there. When the Ravens lose, they get crushed,
murdered.
With the exception of the Chicago game where they lost in overtime at home.
Right.
Jacksonville 44-7, Pittsburgh 26-9. If you're looking to take Tennessee, you might want to consider adjusted line, dude. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because the Ravens either will murder you or get murdered. It's one or the other. There's no close games as far as the Ravens are concerned.
No. It's either a murder or they win straight up.
Right on. All right, dude. So let's move over to the next game that's on the ticket. Let me just switch this up real quick, and we will talk about, let's pull it up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dude, 2-5 on the year, 0-3 on the road. This was a team that everybody was hyping up to be dope, and they have now won. What have they won? Let's see, less than 30% of their games. They're facing a team that I think is going to be a force to be reckoned with come playoff time. The New Orleans Saints, dude, they have turned this thing around, and they look awesome. New Orleans Saints -7, under over a 52.5. The line scares me a touch. These two teams know each other very, very well. But I think the Saints are clearly the better team and can get the job done here. What's your thoughts, Weave?
Hey, man, let me tell you, Drew Brees, contract year, they can't re-sign him. So he's playing for a big contract coming out this year, and they've looked great. But you look at this game, and it's a divisional matchup, which are always close.
Yep.
The last 3 matchups has been 7 points or less, with Tampa Bay winning, one of those. Actually, it's 2-2 the last 4 matchups. Tampa Bay winning 2, New Orleans winning 2, and all 4 matchups have been a touchdown or less. So you got to think turnovers will play a factor in this game here. And how healthy is Winston going to be? He's still probable. They're turning the ball over crazy. I mean, they have 8 turnovers in the last 3 games. But New Orleans has 7. So I think this is going to be a battle of turnovers. Whoever can control the ball, I think, will win this game. I'm going to pass on this one, but gun to my head, I think you take the 7 with Tampa Bay.
Well, you're right about that. And I'm actually going back 6 games that it was 7 points or less the game was decided by. 6 in a row.
If you can get that hook, I think you play Tampa Bay.
Oh, there you go, man. Well, you know what? What's surprising, one of the stats that got me kind of scratching my head here, you realize that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have more passing yards per game than the New Orleans Saints?
Well, part of that is because they've been playing from behind all
Yeah, I know. And they're only averaging 81 yards on the ground. So
absolutely. Yeah,
I mean, hey, listen, if they fall behind early, I could see a lot of points here, dude.
Yeah. So what's that over?
The total is 52.5.
Whew.
It's a lot.
That's a lot, man.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. I mean, when you look at the last couple of times they played each other, I mean, you had up until the last game, which was Christmas Eve last year, where the Saints won 31-24. The games before that, the totals have been somewhat low. 16-11, 24-17, 26-19, 23-20. You know what? I'm going to pass on the total, but I do like the Saints to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans has went under last 2 games with a total of 46 and 45. Played Green Bay and Chicago. So that's a tough one there for Pat, man. I'm not sure about that total.
You are all going to hate this play tremendously. But I have an upset special of the day. We got the LA Rams coming over to the East Coast to face the 1-6 Giants. Rams minus 5.5. Under over 42. Now, before I speak on this game, let me do a little homework here. But my initial instincts tell me to take the Giants as a home team dog today, dude. I don't know what I don't know what's making me think that. I'm going to take a look at it, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more. But can the Giants sneak a win today?
Rob, everybody is on the LA Rams today. That line opened at 4. It's at 6
now.
And you know me, man, I'm an underdog player, and I'm a big proponent of sports insights in the what I call the 7-7-7 category. What I mean by that is 72% of the public is on the Rams on the spread, 77% of the money on the money lines on the Rams, and 80% of the parlays today include the Rams. That's never good to be on that side.
No, not at all. What bugs the hell out of me is that the Giants can't score. They're only putting up 16 points a game, where the Rams put up 30. Oh man! But when you look at I could expect Goff to have a pretty decent day here. There's just something painting the picture of an upset today for me. I look at this, and the New York Giants. I mean, they do rush the ball. I mean, they if they can control the clock, keep the ball on the ground, and win a nasty game, I think I might be onto something here, man. Go for it.
Well, defensively, the Giants have a good defense. What scares me is the quarterback position, Eli Manning. Yeah. I mean, that scares the hell out of me. But I mean, the Giants have owned the Rams. I mean, they're 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games against the Rams. Mm-hmm. But there again, Giants are injured. I mean, to your point, a lot of their superstars are out. Odell Beckham's out. Yeah. Lost a couple linemen, so they're injured. But man, I cannot be on that Rams side today with all that money on that side. Mm-hmm. And I think you're on to something. Maybe the first half is a good play. For the Giants.
Yeah. I mean, I got to do a little bit more homework on it, but I mean, the Rams have been impressive. I mean, you can't take it away from them.
No doubt. I mean, Todd Gurley at running back is having a hell of a year. Yeah. Goff seems to mature. I mean, if you think about it, last year we were writing that guy off as a bust, and this year they're playing pretty well. So, Man, that's a tough one. And anytime you back an underdog, you got to hold your nose, close your eyes, and hit submit anyway.
Well, dude.
Especially on this one.
You want to give me 5.5 points with the Giants at home? I think the Giants are better than 1-6 team. I really do. Obviously they got the media to deal with here in New York, which is just probably one of the most vicious.
Oh, my God.
It's like CNN to Trump. It really is bad. Taking a look at it, I mean, and you go back to last year, I mean, these two teams did play each other last year, and the Giants went into L.A. and won by 7. Clearly a different team, but I don't know, dude. I think I'm going to take the 5.5. I think I'm going to go New York Football Giants today. Sounds crazy. I know it's nuts, but I think that's where I'm going to go. Let's talk about the hottest team in football. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 7-1, 4-0 at home, giving 7 points to the Denver Broncos, who are bringing in Brock Osweiler as their starting quarterback today. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, best team on third down, hottest team in the league. Talk to me about this Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, Carson Wentz has been fantastic, dude. Been great.
I mean, he tied for league lead in touchdowns at 19. One of the best upcoming quarterbacks out there. And if you're the Cleveland Browns owner, you just walk in and fire everybody in the football office that passed on Wentz and Watson. One thing I did look at, if you just look at what these two teams have done, everybody's going to say Philadelphia in this game. You bring Brock Osweiler in, who they shipped to Cleveland to bring back so they wouldn't have to pay his salary, and made the Browns, pay the salary. But if you look, Philadelphia has a bye week after this week, and the next game up is the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. So my only concern here is, are they going to overlook a Denver Bronco team who hasn't been good, who's starting a second-string quarterback with a big game on tap? This is your classic get caught sleeping spot, in my opinion, for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Really? You know what?
The weather is going to be bad there in Philly.
Okay.
For one, Denver's defense is always, 1, 2, or 3 on the board. They have great defensive backs with Talib, great safety. I just think this is a spot. It's either bet Denver or stay away in that spot.
So what kind of rain are you looking at? Rain?
Yeah.
Looking at rain. Okay. And you do have two of the best rush defenses in all of the NFL playing each other today. Denver gives up 72.9, Philly 70.4 rushing yards allowed per game. Now, then you got to go, so you say, all right, well, neither team is going to have success rushing the ball according to the stats. I mean, obviously, anything could happen, especially any given Sunday, especially in the rain. But you're going to give me Brock Osweiler versus Carson Wentz? Clearly. Clearly.
Yeah, no doubt. And they've upgraded. Superior. I mean, they got away from Miami, Ajayi, which...
And they have Ajayi that came over. Exactly. Is he going to suit up?
I don't know. I haven't heard, but you would think that he would play some.
Yeah. All right. So, when I take a look at this, I mean, I'm a big prop player. I like doing props. I like to do the props where you have, the back to have less than 3.5 yards on his first carry.
I saw you doing those lately.
Yeah, I really, really like, dude. I got one book that I think they're going to stop me from props at some point because I just can't lose on this book. It's absolutely insane. Like I just do like junkie plays and they hit and they just keep hitting. And I've literally increased my bankroll 1,200%.
Oh, wow.
On this book. Yeah. And it's nuts too, because I actually took a bonus. And when I took the bonus, I got the rollover done, but they're making me wait 30 days from the bonus to make a withdrawal. It's crazy.
Of course. They're like, man, this guy's killing us.
Well, because they give me like these 50-50 props that are like plus like 130. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Like a team to win the face-off in NHL, really? Like
exactly
a face-off? Sure. Plus 130? Come on. It's insane. So I've been really nailing them, dude. So taking a look at this game, I think this game is going to be nastier than everybody thinks, but I think Philly pulls away at the end. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a first quarter under. First half under, something along those lines. The total's kind of low. It's 41.5. So you're going to get, you're going to be in the 20s for the first half. You're going to be in like the 10 for the first quarter. I think it's like maybe like a 3-0, 6-0 type of affair in the first quarter. So I think that's what I'm going to go with.
Total's actually dropped 3 points from opening. It opened at 44. Now it's at 41. So.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any rain here, but you're saying by game time it'll be raining.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good, man. All right. So the next game on the ticket, we've got the Atlanta Falcons going into Carolina, and Carolina is an underdog. Plus 2.5.
That line flipped.
Plus 2.5, under over a 42.5. Does anybody have any idea why this line is flipped? Because, you know what, I don't know if Carolina should be an underdog at home, dude. We got to kind of figure this out.
Well, Atlanta's played terrible on the road.
I know.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is they looked at the starting lineup and saw Killer Cam at quarterback and said, oh, hell no.
I know. I'm looking at this now. I mean, I can't quite figure this line out at all. I mean, you do have a 5-3 Panthers team. I know they're 1-2 at home, but this is
the other
tough.
thing. Atlanta hasn't played well in the middle of this in the last 3 years. I mean, they're only 3-10 against the spread last 3 seasons, and weeks 5 through 9. Carolina's played well against the division rival. They're 5-1 against the spread. They're 8-2 as an underdog. I don't see Atlanta. I don't know why that line's flipped.
I don't know, guys. Hey, listen, if anybody has any kind of opinion on that whatsoever, let us know. Maybe there's something that we're missing. I mean, there are a lot of games here, and we're doing the best we can to cover it all. But let's see. I got a couple of comments here. Sermata, Osweiler starter for Denver. Yes, definitely. Irvin, what's up? He's going to be shopping for food and listening to us soon. So I hope you win a lot of money today, man. And then Jonesy saying put Philly, Denver over in a tease. Over, huh? Dude, I got to go under, brother.
Over. Wow.
Yeah, I got to go the opposite of you, man. So, but hey, maybe if you're doing a tease, maybe we'll both hit. That's the way we'll look at it. I do know Atlanta has beaten Carolina 3 straight times, and they've scored a lot of points in the last 2. They scored 33-16 last Christmas Eve, and then October before that they won 48-33. Just don't know if they have any business giving 2.5 on the road.
Well, the other thing, I mean, you look at it, man. Atlanta squeaked out a win against the Jets at New York, and if you just compare the Jets to Carolina, I think Carolina's a better team. And if you look at, I think the play, Atlanta on the road in the first half has not covered the first half this year. Really? So I think maybe Carolina in the first half,
interesting,
might be a play in this game.
It may be, dude. I mean, Carolina can. I mean, they can score points. Last week when they were playing Tampa Bay, myself and the primetime capper were talking about it, and we were all over the under in that game, and it was like just money.
Well, the other thing too, Cam Newton publicly came out against ownership because they traded Benjamin.
Yeah, I know. Big trade.
You got to think that has something to do with the psyche of this team as they go out there today. How much, I don't know, but I know Cam was not happy about that.
No, man, and he is going to be a Buffalo Bill. So Think about that for a minute. All right. I just don't think Tyrod Taylor's all that good, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan. I think he's just like a mediocre quarterback. I think there's a whole handful of guys that are way better than him. Moving on to the next game, we're still at 1 o'clock. We got the Bengals at the Jags. Jags minus 6.5, under over of 38.5. Oh, man, this game just spells nasty to me. I don't like this game. I think, obviously the Jags are in it for their division, especially with Watson out. Bengals 3-4. Dude, if they don't make a wild card this year, I think they got to make a coaching change.
They have to, right?
Yeah, I mean, they even if they do and lose, they would have to actually get into the playoffs and make it to like an AFC Championship game, in my opinion, to not make a coaching change. Personally,
they got to right the ship. I mean, they're 3-4. They just don't protect the ball. I mean, they've given up 7 turnovers last 3 games. And they've had, passing yards. I mean, Dalton, he only had 108 yards against Pittsburgh and 218 against Indy and barely win that game. So offensively, man, they're very stagnant. I mean, they got a decent defense. But if they don't put up any points, man, they're not going to win today.
No. I mean, and Andy Dalton, I mean, they're only passing 200 yards a game, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's not that good. 17 points per game the Cincinnati Bengals are scoring. Jags 26 points, but you know what? You can't talk me into putting my money on Blake Bortles. I just can't do it.
No,
I can't,
because you never know what you're going to get with him.
You don't know. That's like betting Flacco, dude. Unless he's playing the Miami Dolphins. But there's a handful of quarterbacks that I won't put my money on, and Blake Bortles is one of them, guys. So sorry to all you Jags fans out there, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
Next one on the ticket, we have a Deshaun Watson-less Houston Texans. That sucks, man.
Oh my God!
In practice.
Luckily, I guess for him, he tore his ACL when he was a freshman. His right knee. This is his left knee, so thankfully it's not the same knee. But honestly, man, you could have made a case for that kid as MVP candidate. I mean, 19 touchdowns, goes in and shreds up the Legion of Boom out there in Seattle, only to have the defense give the game up. And man, what a huge blow for Houston, man.
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. So who's stepping in for quarterback now for them?
Tom Savage.
Oof. All right. So, I mean, listen, I know it's the Colts, and the Colts stink. Jacoby Brissett is not the worst quarterback in the world, though. There are worse out there. Oh. Houston, I mean, the Texans, everybody talks about, how awesome their defense is and whatnot. I mean, they still do give up 250 yards through the air per game. This game could be a little closer than everybody thinks.
I think at this point, without Watson, I mean, they were scoring 30 points a game.
I know.
With Deshaun at quarterback. And now you take him out of the mix. You go back to the guy that started the season, was pulled the first half of the first game. And you're going to give me a touchdown. If you would have got this earlier in the week, you were getting 14 with Watson at quarterback. Now you're getting 6.5. That's how much Watson meant to that team. And Indy's pretty much owned Houston, last few years. So I think you take the points here.
Take the points? You know what I think you take? Nothing. How about that? All right, let's move over to 4 o'clock. Let's talk Cards 49ers. Here we go, dude.
What a nasty.
Here we go. Do the 49ers get their first win? Facing the Arizona Cardinals. So we got interdivision matchup here. We got a couple teams that know each other pretty damn well. You got the Arizona Cardinals minus 2.5 on the road, dude. Wow. What's your thoughts here, kid?
I mean, what a nasty game. I mean, first of all, is Garoppolo going to play at all? Or are they just going to say, hey, we're 0-8. We just brought him in for next year.
You know what? I think they should put him out there. Like right now.
Well, you got to see what you got. I mean, the guy's won 2 games as a starter. You sit behind Brady, but at the end of the day, 2 starts, you don't know what you got. And I think what they did was they brought him in, knowing that they're going to get the 1 or 2 pick. So let's see what we got in this guy. If he doesn't work out, then we can go get another quarterback.
Yeah, good point.
But I think you got to play him. But I mean, at this point, it's tough to throw him out there being 0-8 and risking him get hurt, and then you're just really screwed.
Yeah, I mean, well, who's at the helm for the Cardinals? We got Stanton or Gabbert? Got that information?
You got Stanton going for Arizona.
Okay, so we'll see what Garoppolo's doing. Listen, we got some time before the 4 o'clocks. Hopefully, not everyone is out there chasing.
Well, and it's an ugly game, man. You're talking an 18-15 game back in October. Arizona won at home.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that line was at a 43. You got backup quarterbacks, and the line's 39, so that tells you it's not going to be a lot of points on the board.
No, they're not expecting that at all.
No, not at all.
All right. I don't like the game personally, but, I may take a second look at it, as the 4 o'clock hour comes around, depending on how I do at 1 o'clock.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to go into a couple of more here. We got the Redskins at the Seahawks. The Seahawks are -8, 3-0 at home, under over 45. Looks like you're going to get rain here, dude. 37 degrees in Seattle. Obviously, Seattle rains more than anywhere in the country. 5-2 Seahawks. Pretty decent record here, man.
Yeah, not only that, they're at home today. That left tackle from Houston that Russell Wilson's been praying for because he's getting murdered every time he drops back to pass.
Of course.
But look at that line, Hatter. It goes from 7 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's on the Seahawks. Obviously Washington can put up some points. That over-under's at 45. I think over in this game.
You like
45.
the over in the rain, huh?
Yeah.
45 points, the over.
Because if you look, most people look at rain, they say under, but the majority of rain goes over.
Really?
In a lot of cases. Yeah.
That's really interesting, dude. I don't know. For some reason, the other rain game with the, what was it, Philly and Denver? I think that one's going to be a little bit more slow moving. But I don't know. I'm looking at this game. I don't like this game whatsoever. I can tell you that I am not a fan of Russell Wilson. I never have been and probably never will be. But his numbers are somewhat impressive. I mean, he's completing about 64% of his passes. He's got 15 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So the guy's been doing it. And last week he did get Jimmy Graham involved a little bit. I don't like this game, though, dude. I'm struggling today, man.
Well, the thing is, with a lot of these games, you got bad teams against good teams with high spreads.
Yeah.
When anything from a 7 to 9, it's hard to, really pull the trigger on all those juice lines. But I think the over in this game. I think both teams are going to score today, even though the weather doesn't dictate it.
Got it. All right. Well, we got 2 more left, and the last game is kind of got me jumping up and down here. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 6-2. This is going to be an awesome game here. Going into Dallas, into Jerry's world. We're Dallas -2.5, under over of 53. Cowboy fans, here's your chance to impress me. Because I'm sorry, you know what? When I'm at the bar and you guys are jumping up and down and screaming your heads off on every first down, it kind of gets under my skin a little bit. Especially when you're pounding a 0-8 team, being the 49ers, as I was at the bar and that's what they were doing. You know what? Yeah, you got a game manager here in Alex Smith who has been, dude, one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the NFL, man. This guy has been real good.
And, Andy Reid seems to put him in positions this year to really make him shine. And he's come along, man. My issue with him is in the playoffs. I mean, you can do it in the regular season, but at crunch time, what are you going to do? And, they don't turn the ball over, Rob. They have 3 turnovers in their last 6 games.
I know. Alex Smith, 16 touchdowns, no interceptions, dude. None.
Yeah.
0.
It's crazy.
If you've been betting him not to have an interception, which that prop is out there every game, you've won, what, 8 games now? 7 games?
Oh, absolutely.
So you've been doing very well. Now, I mean, Dak has been somewhat decent here as well. I mean, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. But, when I take a look at this game, Dallas Cowboys secondary doesn't impress me that much. I need to see Kansas City kind of control the clock. You're going to have 2 teams that are going to try to control the clock in this game, big time, with the running game.
Yeah, and if you look with all the controversy around Elliott and the suspension, you almost got to think this is going to be the last game he plays before he has to do something with that suspension.
You would think.
And this is a must-win for Dallas, and I don't really like backing teams in must-win situations, but they have to get the win today if they're going to survive this suspension by Elliott, don't you think?
You would think so. I mean, dude, because after that, 6 games off. I mean, you got, coming up, you got at Atlanta, Philadelphia, Chargers, obviously, whatever. But you got the Skins and you got the Giants. I mean, you got, a bunch of division games where, you lose a couple division games. You could, with Philly the way they're playing, Philly could lock up that division soon.
Now, the only saving grace for them is 4 of the next 5 are at home.
Right.
So
I'm seeing that.
if you're gonna set him, this is the time to go ahead and say, hey man, let's get this over with.
Right on. Well, I'm taking a look at it. I got to be honest with you. I'm circling a game. If things keep going the way they're going, I'm circling week 17 where Dallas is at Philadelphia.
Yep.
And if things keep going the way they're going, I would expect Philadelphia to sit everyone in that game. Mm-hmm. And we are going to murder Dallas because Dallas is going to be vying for a wild card at that point.
Yeah, another thing I just looked at, Rob. Dallas is a 3-point or less home favorite, 0-4 last 4 games in that spot.
Interesting.
Straight up.
I remember the Rams went in and beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, man. Let's move over to Sunday Night Football. We got my two favorite teams here, but obviously I'm a Dolphin fan. But we got the Oakland Raiders, who are 3-5, 1-3 away, facing a winning team, being the Miami Dolphins, who just got absolutely killed by the Ravens. Dolphins have traded away their running back, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. Ajayi is gone. They're putting everything, all the weight in the world on Matt Moore here. Dolphins are +3 with an under over 44. If Ajayi was there, I would love the Dolphins in this spot. Absolutely love it. But they traded him away. So it bothers me. So I'm like, what's next for them? Like, are they kind of throwing in the towel here? I mean, they are 4-3. They do have a winning record. Why?
Your boys are a train wreck, man. I mean, sniffing coke. I mean, trading one of their best running back away. You got Jake Cutler on the team, but Miami's owned Oakland at home.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So that one's tough.
It really is, dude. I mean, when you look at their backs now, I mean, you got, you don't really, these guys don't put up a lot of numbers, man. You got Kenyon Drake, you got Damian Williams, and Senior Ace Perry, I've never even heard of. This is their depth chart as far as the backs are concerned.
And Rob, we got that same situation we got in Philly. You got Oakland playing at Miami, a bye week, and then they got New England at home. So another sleepy spot here for Oakland team.
I don't know. I think Oakland needs to win every game, considering the fact that Kansas City's playing the way they are.
No, absolutely. I mean, if you just look at the spots, it's one of those spots. But, man, Oakland clearly is a better team than Miami, but we all know that a better team don't always win on a week-to-week basis in the NFL. Yeah,
so we got to see here. Now, I got to look at it. Is who's playing quarterback today for the Miami Dolphins? Do we have Cuddles or do we have Matt Moore?
Well, they got Sports Insights has got Cutler penciled in, but I don't know how accurate that is.
All right, so we're gonna have to watch some stuff here because dude, Jay Cutler's another quarterback I can't take. I can't do it. So you're gonna give me.
You already know I was glad he got rid of him from my boys, the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, right on. I don't know if they start Matt Moore and they could dial up a few things defensively. I'll make my decision closer to game time because I love a home team dog, especially being the Miami Dolphins coming off a major loss like that. But there's too many intangibles right now at 10:50 in the morning. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with that guy. So as far as the total is concerned on that game, you got 44.5. The Dolphins' offense have been just stagnant. I mean, the offensive line is terrible. Brutal.
Yeah, they can't protect anybody.
I don't know, man. I think this is going to be a tough game to put your money on, but we will talk. I mean, the Miami Dolphins guys average 13 points a game. Think about it. That's terrible. Brutal.
Oh, yeah. Tough. I mean, but the other thing, the Dolphins against AFC West opponents are 41-17.
Nice.
Against the spread, in their last 58 games. But there again, Dan Marino ain't walking through that door.
That's true. There's a whole different team there, brother. So, and it's funny, dude. I was thinking about it. I was actually talking to my kid about Osweiler having a ring, Garoppolo having like 5.
It's unbelievable, man.
I'm like,
that's the job you. Let me pick a team that has a quarterback that's not, unless they get injured, is ever going to leave the field, and let me be the backup.
Brock Osweiler, Super Bowl champion quarterback. Think about it.
Unbelievable.
Think about that for a minute. And Dan Marino does not have a ring. and Jim Kelly does not have a ring.
Wow.
Unbelievable how you put those two together, and it's just things have fallen into place like that. So, Mr. Weaver, great job today, man. Appreciate you joining us on the show today.
Yeah, it's good talking sports, man, and getting back in the swing of some podcasts and stuff. So I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, definitely, man. So we're gonna be doing some more stuff here. Obviously, we're gonna keep going. We've got the fantasy football contest. We need 4 more players only. That's it. So we're it's catching some attention here, man, and I'm looking forward to taking everybody's money. So, Mr. Weaver, tell me where you're at today, your favorite spots of the day.
Right now, I'm looking at the New York Giants +6. I think that's going to be my only play of the day.
Okay, I'm right there with you, dude. It's unanimous. We're on the Giants today, so I'm going to be hitting you up during the game. We'll figure this whole thing out. I may go Giants first quarter, Giants first half, Giants +6, Giants money line.
Let's hope we get the good Eli Manning.
Yeah, right on. So I'm looking at that. Taking a look, I like the Saints and the Eagles to win today. I might throw that in a money line parlay. That should pay close to even money. I would think maybe it pays like 90 for every 100 you put down. So I think I'm going to get down with that. Depending on if Garoppolo plays, I may take a stab at the Niners. I know that sounds insane, but this is, if there's a game they're going to win, it's this one. That's for sure.
Got to think.
Yep.
You got
also looking at
Seattle and the Giants.
Yeah, then I'm looking at the running backs for the Broncos and the Eagles to have less than 3.5 yards on their first carry. I love that, both of them. And then I'm going to take a look at this what Miami Dolphins are putting out there tonight as far as their team is concerned. And the Oakland Raiders are not a great team, guys. I thought they'd be better this year, and I'm actually very disappointed in them. But we might take a little shot at the Sunday Night Football game. Well, it depends. It's going to have to be Miami's going to have to shut them down defensively. It's the only way they're going to win this game. Because you're not going to outscore the Raiders. It's just not going to happen. So.
And before we get out of here, I got to hear your thoughts on your boy LeBron and the Cleveland Cavs.
Oh, it's early. Dude, it's early, man. We see this every single year with them. I mean, I've been watching LeBron since he started. It's just like the Warriors. The Warriors haven't been awesome either. They start off early. They got a bunch of new acquisitions. I mean, you got to remember something. He flipped out. Kyrie's gone. So he's got.
Speaking of Kyrie, how about my boys from Boston? They start out 0-2 and won 7 straight.
I know, not bad at all, man. Yeah, and impressively too. On top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because against the spread, they've won all 7 of those games. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, listen, like I said, I mean, you lose 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. They get the big win at the Washington Wizards. D. Rose was lighting it up. They're going to be just fine, brother.
LeBron kind of shut up the haters the other night with 57, right?
Yeah, he's done. So it's all good. So. But that's it. Cash Action Bets is telling me Jay Cutler's starting tonight. So I'm very good chance I'm not betting that game, dude.
Oh, dear God.
Nah.
Yeah.
If anything, take the Raiders.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, Scott Weaver, 808. That's where to find him, right, at Twitter?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I am the Mad Hatter, Robert, Sbtv Nation. Join our fantasy football contest, guys. We love you to death. We'll be back next Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday football and get that money. Let's go.
All right.